Hey gang, my name's Adhesives and I'm working on a robot arm. Um, as you can see behind me, it's Arduino powered. I'm going to be using servo motors for the gears of the robot, and I'm going to be using this video to document the assembly. So hang tight and enjoy.
You gotta see how the hustle go. You know he caught up by his bros though. He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the room. We eating good over here. We eating good over here.
Right here, you can see that I'm working with the base of the project. So I'm trying to reinforce some of the pieces, make sure that they're well put together, and I'll explain a bit more about how exactly I achieved that later on in the video. But as you can see, I'm following a model which is depicted on my monitor to the right, and the model is linked inside the description of this video if you want to check it out. But it's just a basic model I found on Onshape, and I had a friend of mine print out the pieces, so some of the pieces broke, and that's what I'm reinforcing in this part of the video.
He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the room. You gotta see how the hustle go. You know he caught up by his bros though. He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the flip it.
So before, as you could probably tell, I started using gloves. So these gloves, their basic purpose is just to protect me from the PLA glue I was using. It's crazy glue, and some of the concerns that came with using this type of glue was just that since it's super glue, it has the potential to irritate the skin, irritate the eyes, all that not so good stuff. And I guess that's the major trade-off with most glues that are able to stick things together in 30 seconds or below. But basically, there were some pieces within the project that needed reinforcement. For example, this old version of the vertical or horizontal arm part that I had before, it cracked along the axis right here. And originally I was thinking of just reinforcing it with the glue, which I ended up doing. But my friend happened to reprint another one of that arm with the inbuilt supports. So now it's supported both horizontally and vertically. So that part of the project was fixed. Another thing that I had to glue together was the base. So initially the base was cracked right here and right here, and you can actually see the traces of the glue. It's a little bit uneven, but it was cracked right there, and it was also cracked right here. So all those pieces that were attached to it were not initially there. So with the help of this glue, I was able to put that together, and it's been surprisingly effective so far. In this part of the project, I'm just working on the base, which is part of one of the two axes of rotation that are available for the robot arm. So the first axis of rotation is achieved by the robot arm itself, so it rotates along the x-axis, forward and backwards, so it's able to pick up stuff. Then the second axis of rotation is along the y-axis, and this is achieved using the base. So the base acts as kind of like an anchor, and there's some bearings, some gears that allow it to turn, and the robot sort of just sits on top of that. And we're able to control the entire thing using servo motors.
How the hustle go. You know he caught up by his bros though. He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the...
Here's a quick look at the finished product. As you can see, the gears rotate and there's some bearings below the actual main gear, so that will be where the robot arm actually sits on. It did take some work, but I did manage to put together the bearings for the robot. Because of the fact that my robot is so small and I'm using servo motors in place of DC motors, and I scaled everything according to that. I'm using beads for my bearing balls, things that I can rotate around, instead of metal balls, which is usually what you would have, and they would usually be stronger, but in the case of this structure, I doubt stability will really be a problem. Worst case scenario, one of the beads cracks. In that case, it will quite literally be a huge pain in the arse for me to have to fix all of that. But if hopefully that doesn't happen, this system works pretty well. So let me actually show you guys right here. So this is what I've been working on. It's the base. So if you look underneath, right underneath, there's all these tiny little beads that I installed, and this goes right on top. And when it does, I rotate one piece, and then the other piece rotates in its place, kind of like that. So that's what I just put together. Underneath, there will be a DC motor inside the base, so that's what's being concealed by this. But like I said, I replaced the DC motors with servo motors, so it's just going to be a servo motor under there. So as you can see, this is a sample servo motor. This is what one of them looks like. So this is what I'm going to be using for the entire project. Because of scaling issues, I decided that the robot will not have functioning grip pincers. So before, the original model that I was working with, it had grip pincers, and they looked kind of like this. But each of these was supposed to be attached to a servo motor, and as I'll explain later, the model just can't support the weight of the servo motor on top of it, especially at the peak where the gripper will be. So I'll explain more later, but that's just a quick update on this portion of the video. Moving on to the next part of the assembly.
You gotta see how the hustle go. You know we caught up by his bros though. He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the room.
So in this part of the video, I'm focusing on the main structural point of this project, which is the arm. And so I took a little bit of time here to first assemble the arm based off of the model, as you can still see on my right monitor. And then from there, I kind of just put in a little bit of reinforcement using paper clips and actually some leftover nails I had lying around. And I basically took all of that and I used it to allow for the different pieces to rotate, just to make sure that it worked mechanically. So I've made quite a bit of progress in the past 30 minutes or so. So it's kind of fragile right now, but I've started to put together more of the model. So as you can see, this is the base. I kind of had to improvise for this, not chassis, axle right here that runs through the base of the model. This is basically what holds it all together, and in summary, it's just part of a paper clip that I pulled apart. So that's one part. I'm gonna have to bend the end so that it actually stays in place, but I also had to do a little bit of improv here because I was realizing that the screws weren't working, so I glued on an extra piece of junk 3D printed parts to this other smaller axle, so that this piece could still rotate. But it's still pretty messy right now. It's kind of held together by glue. This part of the base, it broke again, so I had to re-glue it. But yeah, it's been a pretty productive 30 minutes, so I'll come back when this is finished. This is a quick look at the finished product. As you can see, a servo motor has been attached with a Arduino program which it is running currently that causes it to rotate to different points of rotation. And now, as you can also see, it's connected to the gears inside of the robot, which mechanically move the lever, which is connected to the main arm. I'm also doing a demo for my family, and they seem to have a little bit of fun with the robot. So I let my brother play around with it for a bit. All in all, I think that was a pretty good project. I learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes. I definitely did do a lot of things that you probably shouldn't do when it comes to robotics projects, but what's done is done. A lot of you that actually know what you're doing when it comes to robotics are probably cringing as you saw what I was working on, but yeah. If you like this video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. If you'd like to see more of my content, you could just check out my channel. But a new video on hydroponics and my work on a project in that area is coming out soon. So stay tuned for that, and see you next time.